Good morning everyone. In this presentation we are going to discuss about some basic concepts regarding the chemistry. Okay, you are already familiar with the concepts in biology. It is what is cell, what are the components of the cell, and what are cell organelles and what are their function. And in this class we are going to discuss about some basics in the chemistry. In that, the first concept is atom. Atom. Then what is atom? Okay, here atom is the smallest particle. Smallest particle of non-living things, non-living materials. Okay, you already know that cell is the basic unit of living organisms. Similarly, in non-living things, non-living materials, atom is the smallest basic unit. And here, and what are the fundamental particles of the atom? Fundamental particles. What it consists? Okay, here the fundamental particles of an atom consist mainly protons. And second one is neutron and electrons. Protons, neutrons and electrons are the fundamental particles of an atom. Atom is made up of protons, neutrons and electrons. And protons, here the protons are positively charged, and neutrons are neutral, here there is no charges present, and electrons are negatively charged. Protons are positively charged, neutrons are neutral in state, and electrons are negatively charged. Then who discovered protons, neutrons and electrons? Okay, here first one is protons, is discovered by Ernst Rutherford. In 1920. And next one is neutrons are neutral in state and they are discovered by James Chadwick in 1932. And next one is electrons, they are negatively charged and they are discovered by J.J. Thomson in 1897. Okay, protons are discovered by Ernst Rutherford in 1920 and neutrons are discovered by James Chadwick in 1932 and electrons are discovered by J.J. Thomson in 1897. Okay, this is regarding the atom and the fundamental particles. And the next thing is electrons. Okay, it's very important concept. They are linked with the electrons. Similar like atomic number. Okay, what is atomic number? Okay, atomic number represents the total number of protons or electrons present in an atom. Okay, either you write protons or electrons. Don't write protons and electrons. Okay, it is wrong. Total number of protons or electrons present in an atom, it is named as atomic number. In an atom, the number of protons are always equal to the number of electrons. Number of positively charged protons are equal to the number of negatively charged electrons. So an atom is neutral. an atom is neutral. It won't have any charge. So it is neutral in state because the number of protons are always equal to the number of electrons. So an atom is neutral in state. And the next concept is atomic mass number. Atomic mass number. Okay, here atomic mass number, it indicates the total number of protons and neutrons. Total number of protons and neutrons present in an atom. It represents the atomic mass number of the atom. Then where they are present, protons and neutrons and electrons, where they are present in the atom. According to Bohr's atomic model, these protons and neutrons, they are present at the center of the atom. Protons and neutrons, they are together present at the center of the atom, and it is named as nucleus. Okay. Protons and neutrons, they are present at the center of the atom, it is named as nucleus. Then what about the electrons? Electrons are revolving around nucleus. Around the nucleus. The path in which the electrons are revolving around the nucleus, it is called orbit. Okay, orbit means the path in which the electrons are revolving around the nucleus. Okay, like this. Consider it is a nucleus. It consists protons and neutrons, and electrons are revolving around the nucleus in a different path, and they are called orbits. Okay, orbits. Okay, this is regarding the Bohr's atomic model. By using this Bohr's atomic model, we explain the important concept, that is electronic configuration. Then what is this electronic configuration? Electronic configuration means it indicates how the electrons are distributed in different orbits. How many electrons are present in different orbits? Okay, it is called the electronic configuration, and it is based on the Bohr's atomic model. Okay. In the Bohr's atomic model, the nucleus is present at the center of the atom, and it is made up of protons and neutrons. Okay, next, it is surrounded by orbits, number of orbits. Okay, here it is nucleus. Next to the nucleus, the first shell. Okay, first shell, that is n is equal to 1, and it is named as K. Next, second one, n is equal to 2, and it is named as L. And the third shell, it is named as M. And next one, fourth shell, and it is named as N. And so on is going. Okay, first shell is K, second one is L, third one is M, and fourth one is M. They are named as so. That is K, L, M, N, etc. But these shells have the different strength to hold the electrons, and it is calculated by the simple formula 2n square. Here, n is equal to 1, that is first shell. What is the capacity of this shell? Just substitute 1 in 2n square, that is 2 into 1 square, it is 2. The maximum capacity of K shell is 2. And next one is n is equal to 2. It is named as L shell. Just substitute 2 in the place of n. It is 2 into 2 square, and it becomes 2 into 4, that is 8. Next, n is equal to 3, and third shell is named as M. It is 2 into 3 square and it is 2 into 9 and it is become 18. And next n is equal to 4. It is named as n shell. 2 into 4 square is 2 into 16 is 32. Okay, this is the maximum capacity of the shells. K shell, it maximum hold the 2 electrons. L shell, the maximum capacity of the L shell is 8 electrons. Only 8 electrons it can hold. Next, third one is M shell. It can hold only 18 electrons. The maximum capacity of M shell is 18 electrons. And next one is N. The maximum capacity is 32. This is the maximum capacity of the shells. And shells are indicated by the capital letters K, L, M and N. These are shells. Next to this, these shells again have orbits. Orbits or subshells. They have subshells. In that first one, K shell has orbit S. Use small letter S. And L shell has 2 orbits or 2 subshells, that is S and P. And M, it has 3 subshells, that is S, P, D. And N, it has 4 subshells, that is S, P, D and F. Okay, these are the subshells or orbits related to the shells. K shell, it has only one orbit, that is S. L shell, it consists 2 subshells, that is S and P. And M shell, it consists S, P, D subshells, and N consists S, P, D and F. This is regarding the subshells. Then what are their capacity? Here this is regarding the capacity of the shells. Then what about the capacity of the orbits? Okay, here K shell, the maximum capacity of K shell is 2, but it consists only one orbit or subshell. So these 2 electrons enters into the S. So the maximum capacity of S is 2. In all the cases, the maximum capacity of S is 2. Only it holds 2 electrons. And here L shell consists S and P subshells. The maximum capacity of L is 8 electrons. Already 2 electrons enters into the S. So the remaining 6 electrons enters into the P. So that the maximum capacity of P is 6. And next here M shell, it holds 18 electrons. Already 8 electrons, 2 plus 6, 8 electrons enters into the S and P. Remaining 10 electrons enters into the D orbit. Here also the maximum capacity of D is 10. And here 32 electrons are there. Already 18 electrons enters into the S, P, D respectively. And here remaining 14 electrons. Okay, this is the maximum capacity of S, P, D and F. By using this concept, okay, we come to the electronic configuration. Electronic configuration. Okay, on the basis of this concept, we are going to discuss the concept electronic configuration. These are the basic things. What is the capacity of K, L, M, N, and what is the capacity of S, P, D and F. Okay. Okay, next concept is in which direction the electrons are going to fill. Okay, for this there is a simple diagram, that is 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, 3d, 4s, 4p, 4d and 4f, 5s, 5p, 5d and 5f, like this. Okay, first the electrons enters into the 1s. Next from 1s 2s, from 2s to 2p and then 3s, from 3s to 3p, then from 3p to 4s, then from 4s to 3d, 3d to 4p, 4p next 4s, and 4d and then 5p. Okay, in this part the electrons are going to fill. Okay, the first one is 1s, after that 2s, next 2p, next 3s, next from the 3s it is 3p, next 4s, after 4s it is 3d and so on. Okay, next to 3d, 3d to 4p, 4p to 5s, okay, like this. Okay, electrons are going to fill in this path only. Okay, don't interchange. Okay, don't interchange this one. Okay, that is 1s, from 1s to 2s, 2s to 2p, 2p to 3s, 3s, 3p, 4s, 3d and 4p, 5s, like this. Okay, next. Here, we are already familiar with the atoms, that is elements. Okay, elements. The first one is hydrogen. Hydrogen is the first element. Okay, here its serial number indicates the atomic number. The atomic number of the hydrogen is 1. It indicates the number of electrons present in the hydrogen is 1. So how it enters into what is the electronic configuration of the hydrogen? Here the first one is 1s. 1s. The maximum capacity of S is 2, P is 6, D is 10 and F is 40. Okay, these are the maximum capacity. First the electrons enters into the 1s. The maximum capacity of S is 2, but here only one electron is present, so it is 1s1. Clear? And next one is second element is helium. This number 2 indicates atomic number is 2, so 2 electrons are present in the helium. Similarly, the electronic configuration it is 1s. Here 2 electrons are present. The maximum capacity of S is 2, so it is satisfied. It is completed. Next, third one is lithium. Here 3 electrons are present in the lithium. Then what is the electronic configuration? First the electrons enters into the 1s. The maximum capacity of S is 2. Here 3 electrons are present. Already 2 electrons enters into the 1s. Next, after 1s it is 2s. Here only 3 electrons are present. Already 2 enters into the 1s and remaining 1 is 2s. 1s2, 2s1 is the electronic configuration of lithium. And fourth one, beryllium. Here 4 electrons are present. Those 4 electrons enters. This first one is 1s2. 2 electrons enters into the 1s. Next one is 2s. Here 4 electrons are present. Already 2 electrons enters into the 1s and remaining 2 electrons is 2s2. Next, fifth one, boron. Here 5 electrons are present. The electronic configuration of boron is, the first one is 1s2. Next one is 2s. The maximum capacity of S is 2. 5 electrons are present. 2 plus 2, 4, and remaining 1 is 2p, 1. Just count the number of exponents here. 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 1, 5. It should be equal to the serial number, atomic number. And next one is 6 is carbon. Here 6 indicates the number of electrons present in the carbon is 6, and the electronic configuration of the carbon is similar. It is 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. Because don't mention 1s3, 2s3 because the maximum capacity of S is only 2. It can hold only 2 electrons. Remaining electrons enters into the next one. Here 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. 2 plus 2 plus 2, 6. Okay. Here it enters into the P. And next one is nitrogen. In nitrogen 7 electrons are present. The electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p. Here 4, remaining 3 electrons, it is 2p3. This is the electronic configuration of nitrogen. Okay, similarly, that is neon. Neon is 10. Here 10 electrons are present. Then what is the electronic configuration of neon? It becomes 1s2, 2s2, 2p. Here S capacity is 2. Here also S capacity is 2. 4. Then remaining 6 electrons, it enters into the P. There is no 2p7. Only 2p6. Maximum capacity of P is 6. Maximum capacity of S is 2. Okay, like this, write the electronic configuration up to the calcium 20. Okay, this is regarding the electronic configuration of the element. This is the basic concept for your higher classes, that is in 10th standard. Whatever the concepts are there, they are related to the elements and the atomic number and the electronic configuration and all. Okay. So go through the textbook, your textbook, and try to write the electronic configuration up to the calcium. Okay. Thank you.